This is absolutely bullshit hogwash in my opinion. She wants you to give her your money so that she can earn a measly 3% yield on some stupid bonds and give you a 0.01% interest rate in return, and she pockets the spread. Welcome back to Crypto Fitness. My name's Jay. If you like making
huge gains,
subscribe, share, like, and give me a comment down below what your favorite crypto asset is and your favorite way to work out is. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum, some fundamental news today in the marketplace, and see what is going on in crypto in general. Let's jump in. Okay, so I've talked about this in previous videos where the options contracts and futures contracts expire at the end of the month, and they also expire at the end of every quarter. And this month in particular, in June, we had both happen. Yesterday, we had 4 billion in contracts expire. And obviously, this is going to be relatively bearish because in the immediate short term, because we have a lot of short sellers, we have a lot of people selling futures contracts who want to buy it at lower prices, and they're selling their contracts. Could it be related to the 3.8 billion at today's prices in options contracts that just expired? Well, yes and no according to experts. Bitcoin and Ethereum options are derivatives contracts that provide buyers with the right, not the obligation, to buy the asset at a certain price in the future. When options are set to expire, the market can become volatile. This is because would-be traders will either continue to hold or dump their potential crypto buys. So basically it creates some sort of selling pressure, a cap on how high Bitcoin can go when these contracts expire. And it creates a lot of downwards pressure and momentum. And that's a lot of the reason why we've seen these massive dumps towards the end of the month. If you go back and you look at the charts towards the end of each previous month, you'll notice that it's been Bitcoin has struggled typically, especially since the beginning of the year. If you look at each month, typically at the end of the month, you'll see this downwards selling pressure. And I talk a lot about this in my course, Crypto Trading Secrets. So if you want to learn how you can use these strategies and tips and techniques with your trading so you make more profitable trades, be sure to get on the waitlist for my course, Crypto Trading Secrets. Link is going to be in the pinned first comment down below. And I also teach you from A to Z how to trade with leverage or without leverage, as well as not just futures contracts. I teach you about sell walls, CME gaps, spider lines, the 4X strategies, how to understand the top indicators out there, and some technical analysis so you can recognize patterns and shapes so you can be a 100% confident trader and you can maximize your gains and minimize your losses. So it's a free course. Be sure to get on the waitlist for that. Don't miss out on the opportunity because it is the most comprehensive course out there for trading, whether you're spot trading, swing trading, a long-term holder, or a leverage trader. It teaches you everything. Today, Bitcoin options representing 83,700 Bitcoin worth 2.6 billion and 685,000 in Ethereum, roughly 1.2 billion expired. That's a record amount of options contracts expiring in one day for Ethereum, and both assets are struggling, which suggests traders opted to sell. There are a number of reasons for the crash, but China is partly to blame. The country's central bank this week told 5 of the country's largest banks, as well as payments platforms Alipay, to stop doing crypto-related business. Prior to this, the country moved to enforce a Bitcoin mining ban, sending the price of the currency down the pan. That is an inaccuracy. Bitcoin is not a currency. Bitcoin is a store of value as of this point. Obviously, we want to get it to the point where it is a currency, but as of right now, it's not a currency. But, I digress. And double down on the central bank's 2017 ban on financial institutions and payment firms engaging in crypto transactions. So obviously we know that there's a multiple myriad of things that made the price of Bitcoin go down, including technicals, including China, including these options contracts expiring. And so that's the point, is that we use multiple indicators, we use multiple pieces of data to make confident trades. And so obviously we've seen that Bitcoin recently, with them banning Bitcoin in their country, we actually see a lot of these miners moving out of China and heading to various countries outside of China to continue their mining operations. Obviously, we've seen El Salvador with their geothermic, clean, renewable energy Bitcoin mining operations. So it's just interesting to see that these types of narratives being played, and we can use these obviously to make sure that we are trading and buying at good times. And that brings me to my next point, that it's important to have our thumbs and fingers on the pulse of the marketplace, because then we can see things with a clearer perspective, like a fundamental news bullish divergence, which is what I believe we are experiencing right now. And the reason I think this is because this guy right here, this guy's tweet came up on my news feed today. His name's Dennis Porter. Gave him a follow. He said, "I've never seen Bitcoin price so disconnected from bullish news. Bitcoin legal tender, volcano mining, China exodus, renewables growing, PTJ to 5%, Sailor buys more, weak hands cleared, oversold, Taproot, Bitcoin gearing up for a rocket ride to the moon." He also comments later, "Brazil launched an ETF, ARK bought 1 million GBTC, what else do you need?" And so I replied, I said, obviously, it's a crypto fundamentals bullish divergence. It means the smart people will go long. So that's why it's important to have our finger on the pulse of the market, because we can tell that the price action of Bitcoin has been going down because of the options contracts expiring, the futures, because of China, because of the technicals. But then we see all this massive fundamental bullish pieces of news, and the price action hasn't been reacting to it. Whereas you see Elon Musk, he posts one tweet a few months ago, which can either make the price of Bitcoin skyrocket or just completely crash to shit. We see news like this and we see that the price action hasn't moved. It just is bound, in my opinion, for a coiling up and a massive move in the upcoming months. Now, the next thing is that the Wyckoff distribution, this kind of segues great into this next little article here. Is Bitcoin heading for the Wyckoff cycle? These metrics suggest so. There's a couple tweets from a couple different analysts, Dan Crypto Trades and also Rect Capital, have some analysis on the Wyckoff distribution method. And in their tweet, Dan Crypto Trades says, Bitcoin Wyckoff update. Looks pretty textbook so far. Bitcoin had a clean sweep and tested the ST level today. It's now key for Bitcoin to hold, ideally 31,100, but most importantly, 30,000. Trading below 30,000 would invalidate this idea. A wick is okay. And here is here's his analysis and where we are in the Wyckoff accumulation phase. Obviously, he's got a little chart of it down here that shows the Wyckoff method of the accumulation phase. And in his estimation, he thinks we are in the phase C of the Wyckoff accumulation phase, and we should see some upside here. That could happen because, maybe this plays out because we have the new quarter here. The options contracts just expired for quarter 2. We're heading into quarter 3 now. And obviously we got a new fresh month coming up too. So, there's should be some bullish action that happens here as well. And there was a bullish divergence on the Bitcoin charts in the last few days on the daily time frame. I noted that in a previous video. At the same time though, I believe in lengthening cycles and diminishing returns. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I'm a proponent of lengthening cycles and diminishing returns. I got this concept from Benjamin Cowan on his channel. Give him a follow, subscribe to his channel. He has great analysis. I believe he has like a PhD in mathematical engineering or something like that. But he has very good analysis on the Bitcoin bull cycles, and he shows you that each cycle has taken longer and has not been as parabolic as the previous cycle. So if you believe that, which I am a proponent of, this Wyckoff accumulation phase, in my opinion, is just happening a little too fast according to the data that I've researched and the research that I've done and the data that I've seen. And granted, this chart that he's using is the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart's not bad. I mean, it's not super zoomed in, but it's not necessarily a macro perspective either. And we could very well be in maybe a phase D of the Wyckoff distribution phase still, or maybe a phase A of the Wyckoff accumulation phase. Maybe we're still in this downturn of the Wyckoff accumulation and we haven't found a bottom yet. This is just a brief consolidation before a further downside. That is also possible. But it's also possible that we get a bounce here and this scenario actually plays out. And if we go back to the Wrecked Capital on his tweets and his analysis, he has something similar. He says, Bitcoin continues to set in higher lows on lower time frames. Bitcoin is still in phase C and could try to test 33,000 as support once again for yet another higher low. Overall, Bitcoin seems to be in a transitional period between phases C and D in Wyckoff accumulation. And this is his analysis. This is the 8-hour chart, so it is a little better, a little more zoomed out, but still, again, this could be just a temporary pause. If we break 30,000, this is going to be invalidated, and we have been flirting it with it several times. We've touched it 3 times so far. It could come down even further, and obviously we want to see this. I'm happy to be wrong in this situation because I want to see Bitcoin go up. I want to see crypto go up in general. I would love for this next leg of the bull run to start with phase D and getting out of phase D into the next leg. But at the same time, we have to look at the data. We have to be pragmatical about the approach. And the fact is, we're still in a bear trend. It's still bullish on the higher time frames, like the daily, the weekly, and the monthly charts are still bearish. And I've talked about that. I've showed you that in previous videos. Go back and watch my previous analysis on Bitcoin, and I'll show you. But that being said, I hope this does play out. Maybe this does play out this way. But in my opinion, with lengthening cycles and diminishing returns, I believe this mini bear market is going to last a little bit longer. I think it's going to be, maybe late Q3 or Q4 of this year before we start seeing more upside. That's just my opinion. Marvel Studios to release its first digital collectibles NFT. This is really cool. I think this is good for both sides of this. Obviously for Marvel fans, I love the Marvel movies, Avengers, the superhero movies. I think they're great. And this is great for Marvel fans, comic book fans, and it's also great for us in the crypto space because it benefits both sides. Marvel Studios will be partnering with Vive, an online marketplace for licensed digital collectibles, to launch a whole range of non-fungible tokens for its superhero franchises. The plan to explore NFT characters will feature the creation of rare or even secret super rare digital comic books, 3D statues, and other coveted items. That's pretty sweet because this could create a really big ecosystem of new collectors or fans that could get these maybe holographic digital 3D statues, NFT statues that could be worth maybe millions in the future. Who knows? There's no concrete confirmation at this time as to what characters the duo will be showcasing as an NFT. However, the company said more announcements will be released in the near future. And Daniel Fink, Marvel Entertainment's VP of Business Development and Strategy, said, Marvel has been exploring with Vive how to make the Marvel digital collecting experience as special as the physical experience, and we are excited to finally be able to share this vision with our fans. So I think this is great for both sides because obviously this furthers the narrative of crypto and blockchain being adopted worldwide. The more bigger companies and institutions get involved in it, the more exposure that crypto gets in general. And on the flip side, this benefits Marvel because it opens up a new fan base, opens up a completely new area that was never explored before in digital art and digital collectibles and fandom for people who like Marvel. Now the next thing here, by Fortune.com, why crypto will likely go crazy again in July. So this is interesting because Jack Dorsey is creating a convention called the B Word of how institutions should embrace Bitcoin. And he and Elon Musk went back and forth about Bitcoin, and it seems that they are going to have a collaboration and talk about Bitcoin. Here, Jack Dorsey tweets, the Bitcoin development community above all else. As more companies and institutions get into the mix, we will all want to help and protect spread what makes Bitcoin and open development so perfect. This day is focused on education and actions to do just that. And Elon Musk tweets, buy curious? And Jack tweets back, bizarre, let's you and I have a conversation at the event. You can share all your curiosities. And Elon Musk tweets back, says, for the bi-curious? Very well then, let's do it. And Jack says, done, we'll set it up. So this is obviously bullish, in my opinion. We've seen the FUD that Elon Musk has spread over the previous months, but also he's done some favors for Bitcoin space by bringing more adoption to it, more exposure to the crypto space as a whole. And obviously two of the biggest influencers in the world are coming together to talk about Bitcoin is just good for the crypto space as a whole. Even if Elon Musk has stupid tweets, or even if he's manipulated the price of Bitcoin, ultimately we need whales like this in the space. And then the last piece of news that I'm going to share with you today is the head of Russia's central bank. Crypto is the most dangerous investment strategy. Now this is just absolutely ridiculous. Elvira Nabuelina, the chief of Russia's central bank, sounded a note of caution for investors to beware of the risks in the crypto market. She opined that digital assets are very volatile and warned investors to be wary of appalling losses. She said, speculative crypto assets are surely the most dangerous strategies of all. The central bank never gives advice where to invest, but in this particular case, here, one should definitely not invest. The price is very volatile. Losses may be appalling. It is necessary to closely explore the product, take a critical look at ads, particularly when you are told that there are no risks here, whereas yields are high. It doesn't work that way. This is absolutely bullshit hogwash in my opinion. This lady is she's pissed because she sees the massive crypto space. She sees the future of finance, decentralized finance. She sees that the massive snowball is coming to run her the fuck down, and she will be obsolete in the future because centralization will eventually go away. DeFi is the future of finance. And obviously she is the head of the Bank of Russia, a centralized body. And obviously she's going to bash the crypto space because she wants you to give her your money so that she can earn a measly 3% yield on some stupid bonds and give you a 0.01% interest rate in return, and she pockets the spread. And if she has enough money, she makes a lot of money doing this because the Bank of Russia is obviously a huge entity and a lot of people have money in there. But this whole centralized banking system and network is a fucking scam. It's a scam because they don't have to have all the money in the bank at any given time, and they can lend it out by multiples. They don't have to have the full amount to lend out certain amounts of money. I mean, if that's not a scam, I don't know what is. And it's funny because another very high wealthy individual in Russia, a guy who used to be one of the most wealthy people in Russia, completely contradicts her opinion. Right here it says Bank of Russia is wrong. Russia's central bank keeps piling up negative comments on cryptocurrencies and trading regulations. However, one of the wealthiest Russians, Oleg Deripaska, blamed the institution that its moves are not beneficial for the nation. Fancy that! The oligarch, who was once the richest man in Russia, went further, stating that the largest country by landmass should follow El Salvador's example and add Bitcoin as a payment method. He said, even poor El Salvador, known for being close to oft-mentioned Honduras, has realized the need for digital currencies and taken a simple path, recognizing Bitcoin as a means of payment. In addition, Deripaska outlined Russia's need to execute business deals effectively with the rest of the world and urged the central bank to adopt a real financial instrument enabling independence in a foreign trade settlements. That is the point of DeFi. That is the point of crypto, is sovereignty by the people for the people. And obviously, this stupid lady who's in charge of the Central Bank of Russia doesn't want you to move your money from the Bank of Russia into crypto because it doesn't directly benefit her. Shocker! This is just a bunch of FUD, in my opinion. This is ridiculous. I mean,
the price is very volatile. Losses may be appalling.
Oh, well, losses can be appalling in the stock market. Losses can be appalling if you invest in a business. Losses can be appalling if you invest in real estate. It's just the nature of investing in general. So
No shit.
The prices can be very volatile. Yeah, no duh.
this lady is ridiculous. This is stupid, in my opinion. This is FUD. What a joke. I mean, she really has no concrete evidence to suggest that DeFi is not the way of the future for finance, and many other spaces, NFTs as well too. And she obviously just wants you to park your money with her. So that is it for the fundamental news today. If you want to check out my Cardano price prediction, I did a Cardano price prediction yesterday on the 25th of June. And what do you think? Do you think a $30 Cardano is possible? Well, I make the case in this video. Go check it out. I'll post the link into the description below. And remember, if you are new to the crypto space, or if you want to take your trading skills to the next level, get on the waitlist for my course, Crypto Trading Secrets, where I break down and share all the secrets with you of the most advanced traders and expert traders are using in the marketplace to gain an advantage and to maximize your gains and minimize your losses. And you know that I am all about those
Huge gains.
And if you are too, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment down below what you think about this news and where you think the market is going to go in the immediate short term and in the long term. And because my course is free and I give you all of this content for free, if you feel so inclined and generous, you can donate any amount of money or crypto that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video or any of my other videos or course. Link to my Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin addresses are into the description below. And last but not least,
Stay fucking